I just don't understand what the hell is going on in this world today. Just when I think that shit can't get any worse for civilization, I am met with this outright crazy and just ratchet, devilish story all wrapped into one. Now, I'm talking about the story that many of you may know, or many of you probably don't know. I'm talking about a story that was recently put out there in regards to this woman who was on demon time, for lack of a better word. And her name is Angel Marie Thompson. Now, this woman has possibly committed one of the more foulest things that I've possibly covered on this channel. And she's accused of basically assuming the identity of her friend by the name of Nicole Alston and stealing over $200,000 of her benefits after her dismembered body parts were found in a burning bag on the side of a road. Take a look, y'all.
There's an arrest tonight in a nearly 17-year-old cold case in Troupe County. Deputies found the victim in early December of 2007. The partial remains in a burning black bag at the corner of Whitfield and Stitcher Roads. Now, what we're learning is that DNA from those remains was sent to labs early last year, and by December, they were identified as Nicole Alston. Family members told police Alston moved to Atlanta from New York with a friend. Police say the friend, Angel Thompson, seen here on your screen, started taking Alston's identity and was collecting her SSI benefits, food stamps, and getting Section 8. They say she had been doing this for 8 years. They estimate the value of the fraud is about $200,000. Thompson was arrested last month and is charged with concealing Alston's death. Right now, the Troupe County Sheriff's Office says it is still investigating to determine who killed Alston.
If this ain't one of the most trifling ass situations that I've ever covered, I don't know what is. Now, this pinky toe looking ass heifer right here not only was stealing her friend's identity, but she was also stealing her food stamps, Social Security, and Section 8 for years. Now, Nicole's been dead since 2007, but Angel here was using Nicole's identity from 2007 all the way to 2015. And the only reason she stopped at that point was because the Social Security office contacted her thinking that she was Nicole to come in to requalify for her Social Security benefits. And then, and only then, did Angel go back to using her original identity at that point. How fucking evil do you have to be to do some shit like this? Now, before I go in, I do think it's important to point out, or just to reiterate, that this is still an ongoing investigation and that the investigators in Troupe County where the remains were found are still looking into possible suspects. But I'm just gonna keep it 1,000 and give you my opinion. And this is alleged, okay? Nothing's been proven 100%, but I have a very big hunch that Rasputia over here played a very big part in her friend Nicole's death. So let me just sit back and really try to analyze this situation right here as I see it, as it is being presented to me. You, Angel Marie Thompson, allegedly kill your supposed best friend. You drag her to the side of the road, you put her in a trash bag, you burn her body to try and hide the evidence, and this is the same best friend that moved from New York to the Atlanta area to be with you. Now, one could only assume that maybe she was going there to be your roommate, maybe just to be a little closer to you. It wouldn't be the first time that friends move closer to other friends in order to keep in contact, especially with the migration that a lot of black folks tend to make to the Atlanta area. So it's not unheard of. Now get this before I continue. Angel here, and that's so crazy that her name is Angel, because she is literally the devil reincarnate. Like she's the spawn of Satan. Okay, because only someone like that could do this shit. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself, so I'm gonna calm down. But do y'all want to know the reason why Angel here even left New York City in the first place? Well, through this investigation, because this is actually a cold case, like this whole case was reopened last year in 2023. But through the investigation, they found out that at the time that both Nicole and Angel were moving to the Atlanta area from New York, Angel was already wanted back in New York City for theft and identity fraud. So Miss Angel, your trifling big toe looking ass already had a bunch of legal bullshit going on back home, and you decided to befriend this woman and have her uproot her life in order to be with you in a completely new city. So now she goes missing. Obviously people who haven't seen her in a long time are getting worried, right? They're calling her, you know, like her family and friends, right? They're all wondering where she is. Nobody's seen from her, nobody's talked to her, nothing. And the last time they heard from her, she was with you. They ask you where she is. You play Dumbo and say, I don't know. I don't know where she is. I don't know where she could be. Lying your ass off to her family. And the entire time that this is going on, you got her social security number. You snatched that up. You snatched that up real quick. You steal over 200 racks from her. And then if that wasn't enough, you also decide to double and triple down on the fuckery by putting food stamps in her name throughout the entire time of your friend's death, at least up until 2015. Now, like I said, this whole investigation was reignited after the police found the remains on the side of the road. They decided to run DNA to forensics labs for analysis. The results were sent to the investigators' crime lab for comparison, and a match was made to Nicole, the same Nicole that she had come down to Atlanta to be with her, when I'm sure she didn't have to do that. Only after that do they come and arrest her. And the messed up part is that she probably was just sitting there acting like she didn't have anything to do with it, or acting like, you know, she had no thought about it. But that's a lie, because let's just play ball. Let's just play ball and say that you didn't know, Angel. What in the hell would possess you to start using Nicole's name and social security money and taking food stamps if you felt like she was still alive? Please riddle me that, Batman. I mean, my little you know, reptile brain here can't fathom it. I can't understand what that logic. You 100% knew that Nicole was dead. You allowed people to think that you didn't know where she was. You probably didn't help look for her or even take the time out to file a missing persons report or nothing. And mind you, y'all, Nicole's been dead since 2007. Back in 2007, Beyonce's Irreplaceable was going crazy on the chart. Back in 2007, a loaf of bread was $1.37. Hell, gas was $2.80. Now, even if you did decide to help out in the investigations back then, you probably half-ass helped, you know, which is even more psychotic. You trying to look for someone who you know is dead, but nobody else does. The family has no closure, no nothing. And they haven't had any closure since 2007. So this whole time, the family's just been, you know, in purgatory trying to figure out what the hell is, where she could have been, where she could be. But the awful part about it is that you use her social security to get money. So right off the bat, they're gonna be able to track that and hunt you down. But you really have to be like a wicked person to know that not only did you possibly, allegedly kill this woman, but then use her information and her likeness for your own financial gain in the amount of $200,000 over 8-year span. But still, over a 17-year span is nuts, because again, like, the case was reopened back in 2023. So you were still doing shit. You just stopped with the social security, but everything else you were still using. So really it's 17 years. But this brings me to another point. Y'all have to please watch who y'all have around you. Like, I know some of y'all may be trying to migrate to Atlanta or Houston. You know, that's another hot spot, maybe even LA. And you think that life is gonna be peaches and cream because you moving out there with your friend. But please, y'all gotta do more research on the people you call friends and really know them for real. Just be moving in with folks, especially out of the city, right, that you from, especially out of the state, you know, just because they got the same sneakers as you, or because y'all got the same taste in decor, or something crazy like that. And also, don't just be moving in with people simply because they need a roommate, because unfortunately, this type of shit can happen to you. Let this be a cautionary tale. But the only bright spot in this entire situation is that Nicole's family can now have the closure and the peace of knowing that the person who is most likely responsible for her death is going down, and most likely for a long time. And honestly, thank God the investigators decided to reopen the case, or otherwise Angel would still be out here doing this stuff like nothing ever happened. But anyway, I'm gonna calm down, right? I'm gonna take a little bit of a woosah here. Woo! You know, and I'm gonna end this video with a smile, man. But prayers to Nicole's family, y'all. That's all I got for y'all today. If you made it this far, make sure to smack a like on the video, man. I just had to talk about it. This was crazy. I was going to drop this video yesterday, but you know, I just said, fuck it, I'll drop it today. But if you made it this far, make sure to smack a like on the video, like I said. Also, don't forget to subscribe for the one time. Peace. Crazy ass world, man.